Hello everyone and welcome to Ethyrial Echoes of Yore, a new game in the making inspired by old school MMORPGs like RuneScape, Tibia and many other MMOs. Set on the lands of Irumesa, you have to uncover secrets, explore new lands, fight fearful monsters, master the magical arts, build your home and craft your own equipment. Today will be about the hunting, tanning and leatherworking in the game. Now you do have to keep in mind that footage shown is from the alpha stages of the game's development, so many things could and will change thanks to the feedback of the community. If you have never heard or tested the game yourself, then this video is definitely meant for you. I'll show you a little bit about the hunting, researching, how the tanning of the pelts works and how to make your first leather piece of armor. Now by the time this video is online, the Kickstarter for the game should have started. If it has, then I will share the link in the description down below and also in the comments, together with the YouTube channel of the creators of the game, their Discord server and their Steam page of course. Be sure to wishlist the game on Steam and let's get on with the video. Hunting on its own is not a unique skill as of yet. It might get a specific skill later in the future, but I asked one of the developers about this in the Discord and this was their answer. Is there or will there be a type of hunting/hunter skill that allows you to do more damage to wolves and other animals in the game, or to get more resources from them? And the response to that was, as you can see, that's what the research will help with. But I don't see the impossibility of implementing some kind of hunter skill like RuneScape has, where you can lay down traps and so on. Could be a great way to get some interesting regions for cooking and alchemy. So, hunting skill is definitely possible in the future. He doesn't say yes or no to it, but it is a possibility at least. But what he does say is that the research will help to do more damage and to get more resources from your enemies in the future. So not only does research help with filling in your monster decks, I think it's called. The monster decks is, I will try to show it in the video if I can, but the monster decks is a page, a sort of a Wikipedia with, for example, a picture of a wolf, and then you can see its health, its mana, its strength, etc, etc. You can see all of its stats, but you can also see the loot table. So you can see what they drop eventually, you can see how often they drop it with a percentage next to it. So this research will apparently also play a big role in hunting and leatherworking and stuff like that, because it will be a lot easier to obtain more items if you have a higher researching skill and know what the enemies can carry apparently. But this has not been fully implemented yet, is my understanding. I mean, to my understanding, this feature is definitely possible in the current state, but they have not yet implemented this entirely. But I feel like this will definitely play a role in the game when it releases. Now, what kind of creatures can you hunt in the game? The only real animals that you can hunt in the game as of right now are the wolves in the forest above Farwood, but there's also rabbits in the game that you can hunt for. Those are the only two animals you can really hunt for. There's also spiders and rats of course, but I don't really count those when I think about hunting. But yeah, you can hunt for rabbits for the meat. I don't think you could get a skin from them just yet. I don't remember. I think I've tried, but I didn't get it. So maybe that will be implemented later. But as of right now, you can hunt the rabbits for the meat. And then you can hunt the wolves for also wolf meat, but also for their skin. And that brings us to the second topic of today's video. And that is of course the tanning and the leatherworking after that. Tanning is very simple actually. Tanning, all you have to do is you have to make sure you buy a skinning knife from one of the vendors in town. I don't know if you can make these in the future, but as of right now I believe you can only buy them from one of the vendors on the outside wall of town. But once you have yourself a skinning knife, you can go ahead and kill one of the wolves nearby. And then if you have the skinning knife in your hotbar or in your backpack, you can right click it. And then after right clicking the skinning knife, you can left click on the wolf that you have just slain. and then you will be able to obtain a wolf pelt if your skill allows you to. It is also possible to fail. You don't always get the wolf pelt. In the beginning, it really feels like a 60-70% chance of failure. But as you do it more often, the percentage of success does seem to increase a lot. So that is really good. And then once you have the pelt, you can go over to the leatherworking area, and you can see 3 tanning racks near there. In each one of these tanning racks, you can place a stack of 5 wolf pelts, so you can place 15 in total in all 3 tanning racks combined. And once you've placed one or multiple wolf pelts in there, it will start the process into leather. It will take a couple of minutes. I haven't timed it yet. I will do this for a future video. I will time the amount of time it takes for it to process, and then I will update you guys on that. But it takes a couple of minutes. You can easily just go away for a minute, go into town, buy something, or get more wolf pelts if you feel like you need them. And you do not have to worry about losing your items in there either, because the tanning racks work as sort of a personal storage. So even if there are players nearby, they cannot access your items. They will have their own inventory sort of thing in their tanning racks, so you cannot access theirs, and they cannot access yours, so you do not have to worry about any of that. Each one of these wolf pelts equals 5 leather. So if you have 5 wolf pelts in each one of the tanning racks, then you will get 25 leather in each one of the tanning racks, which will be a total of 75 leather. And with that leather, you can go ahead and do the next thing. You can go and either buy some recipes first, or if you already know the recipes out of the top of your head, then you will be able to go over to the workbench on the right side, and you can start crafting yourself some sweet leather armor. Now you have basic leather armor that you can buy the recipes from the leather worker in that little camp there as well. But you also have studded leather armor, I believe it's called, and that will also require you to have some iron. Now if you want to know more about blacksmithing and refining of iron ore, I have another video about that. I will link that in the top right of the screen, or after this video is done. But yeah, you can either make yourself some sweet leather armor, the regular one, or you can start making the studded armor, which is a lot better. Do keep in mind that if you are working on any type of workstation, either that being the workstation for the blacksmith, or that being the workstation for the leatherworking or the fletching of arrows, which will be another video that I'm going to be making in the future, you do have to keep in mind that you have to adjust the workspace tiles that you have. So if you only need a couple of tiles, for example, in this video I believe I'm showing you guys that you can make a leather cap. You only need 5 leather for the leather caps, and you need to make it in the form of a helmet, of course. I believe for the leather cap you need a 3x2 workspace. Then you place 2 on the left, you place 1 in the middle on the top, you place 2 on the right side, and then you leave the middle one on the bottom open, and that will give you the recipe for a leather cap. But if you do more than that, if you do make that correct shape, but you add more workspace to it, so instead of a 3x2 you do a 3x3 or a 4x3 or more than that, then you will always fail that crafting recipe. So please make sure you don't waste any of that leather or that iron, because that would be a shame. Now that is pretty much all I have to say about this for this video. This is just the very basics of these mechanics. If you want to see a more advanced video about this later in the future, then please do let me know down below in the comment section. Or if I just missed anything, or you think I should have mentioned something that is also important to mention, then please write that down below in the comment section so that other people may read your comment. And that I have some extra feedback. I will link some playlists on the end of this video. One going to the more guides of this game, and also another one going to live streams I've done on this game. So if that does interest you, or you want to know more, then please click those, and I will see you in the next one.